The Fallen Bois D'Arc. Bois d'Arc has many names: horse apple, hedge apple, and most commonly Osage orange. It is French for bow wood. This beautiful hard wood was used by the native people for bows and war clubs. It was also used as a dye because of its brilliant orange-yellow color. But in Tendigrads' world, Osage orange was a revered tree, and its wood was often known to yield highly magical prices for wands and staves. Tendigrads' own staff was made of this amazing wood. Tendigrad was walking past a grove of trees near his home in Norman, Oklahoma, that had a magnificent Bois d'Arc tree. This old giant had been on the earth for many, many years, and it always greeted the wizard when he walked by.
Master Tendigrads, I will probably outlive you, my good wand maker, but if by chance you outlive me, I count on you to take this bounty of wands from my mortal remains. The magic is strong in my body, and I would be pleased for you to craft these wands into their true form someday, if fortune shines on you.
Tendy would chuckle and say,
Well, Master Bois d'Arc, I doubt if it will come to that. In fact, I plan on having my mortal remains buried at your feet, so you can guard them for the rest of your long life.
But one morning, Tendigrads was taking his morning walk, and he was shocked and outraged to find that a bulldozer had knocked down the grand old Bois d'Arc. Not only was it knocked down, but it was literally split in half, with most of its branches torn off. The golden heartwood glistening in the sun tore at Tendy's heart. But he had no time for tears, as he had made a promise and he had to move quickly if he was going to keep it. He ran back home and grabbed his recently purchased Sears chainsaw from a closeout sale and threw it in the back of the Subaru. Then he was off to the side of the fallen tree. Now, usually Tendigrads asks for permission before hauling off wood, but he had no time for niceties. He pulled his Subaru right onto the property and began to try and salvage the tree. The bulldozer operator was working at the far end of the lot, and Tendy hoped he would have time to rescue many wands that were crying out for his assistance. And so he set off to work. The spirit of his old friend was gone, but the voices of many wands guided his cuts, and he was able to clear them all out just before the bulldozer was coming. He loaded all the wood with his chainsaw, and then he heard a tiny voice in his head say,
What about me?
Tendy searched in his mind for the tiny voice, trying to encourage it to keep talking.
I'm over here. Over here.
The old wand maker finally saw the branch as the bulldozer was bearing down on it. So Tendy did something he rarely does in this world. He cast a holding spell on the great machine, and it skidded to a halt. Tendy walked over to the branch that was literally 3 inches from being crushed under the tread of the bulldozer, and he picked it up. The machine operator was completely confused and began to shout at Tendigrads. However, the old wizard didn't stick around to explain. He hauled the remnants of this holy tree to his stockpile and stored it away to cure. The next spring, Tendigrads identified 27 wands from the fallen Bois d'Arc. He worked up the first of 9 wands from this group, and they are available now. Each wand is solid Osage orange from the fallen Bois d'Arc and is numbered with a black iron insert.